Hey, how's it going? All right, I was watching a video this morning by Black Heavyweight, and he was making a suggestion that there were injuries to the back of George's head that were consistent with a gun hitting him. And his suggestion was that George lost his gun in the battle to Trayvon. Trayvon hit him in the head with it, and then somehow or another George got it back and was able to shoot him. So I wanted to show the pictures and make a video about it and my personal opinion. So here we can see he's been beat up pretty bad. This is a broken part. There's a bone right here, and this is all cartilage. So it looks like he got hit pretty hard here, and hit so hard that he was bloodied. Now, people say, well, Trayvon only had one small scrape to his finger, so how did he get all this damage with just one small punch? And that's why I've always believed that he used the can as a way to injure George. And here's the injury that I think shows the bottom of the can hitting George, or the top edge, because it does kind of look like a half moon. I mean, if you were to continue making the circle for the bottom of the can, you see what I'm saying? Right here is definitely rounded off. So let's take a look and see if we can find the injuries on the back of his head that look like a half moon that Black Heavyweight was talking about. Okay, here's a pretty good high definition picture of George's head in the back, and you can see the injuries. So here's one. It's a straight gash. Looks like the side of the sidewalk, the edge of the sidewalk. And then this one here, and this is just a round. It's pretty obviously I mean, to make this injury, you would have to hit your head pretty hard on a flat concrete surface. I mean, you can't get this kind of injury just by tapping your head. It takes a good hard bash. And then if you look around, you can see dents, bumps sticking out. Like, see here, see how it bumps out? You don't see that over here. So he's definitely, he's been banged up and dents. But this is really obvious that this was the sidewalk, and this is the sidewalk, and then you've got blood and scuffs. These are like scrape marks from being on the sidewalk and your head being pushed and rubbed around on the sidewalk. So I just wanted to make this video to show that Black Heavyweight was wrong in his, I mean, he made the suggestion there was some sort of a half moon injury on the back of George's head, and I don't see any half moon injury. I mean, this is straight with blood dripping out, and this one here is just a standard obvious bang to the head. It's obvious that it was right on the sidewalk. I mean, there's not many other things that would cause this. This is definitely a blunt injury, blunt trauma injury. So to recap, there are no injuries that are inconsistent with George's arguments. So George said he was hit on the back of the head with the sidewalk. Pretty obvious. He said that he might have bumped a sign at one point. This could be the sign, and it could be the side of the sidewalk. But we know that he was banged on the concrete. Witnesses attest to that. And as I said earlier, I think the half moon injuries are to his forehead and his face. I believe that this mark on his nose, this mark on his forehead, this one, these are all signs of being hit with a can. And George's testimony that the hits were so hard that they felt like he was being hit with a brick, that would make sense. Obviously, Trayvon wasn't swinging his fist that hard, because if he was, he would have probably damaged his knuckles. So my personal opinion is he beat George's face with the can and then banged his head on the concrete. Of course, that's my opinion, and that's what the injuries suggest. So just wanted to let Black Heavyweight know that this is my personal opinion, and I disagree with him, but it's just one of those things. I personally think that this is let me show you one more video. I mean picture, and this is a pretty good one. You can see This is not a straight line. It looks like it's curved. So that to me suggests that the can hit here. I also believe the can hit here, and here, and here. That's my personal opinion. And based on George's testimony and the evidence that we have, including the can that apparently, to me, looks dented. Okay, here's the can. And, you know, if you've ever had a, you know, everybody's held a can that's full of soda, and they're very hard. If you try to squeeze it, it won't bend. If you hit it hard enough, you can get little creases in the can, and I see creases here. So let's just zoom in a little bit and see if we can find creases. Okay, it looks to me like, if you can look at the lighting, it looks to me like there's some dents in this can. I'm not going to argue that there are dents in the can because the can is wet. There's no doubt about it. You can see the drips and stuff. And drips can cause the lighting to look like there's dents. Like right here, this all looks like dents right here. Like the can was slightly crushed. It's, you know, it's totally up to the viewer to make that decision. And of course, if we had the can in our hands, we could make that decision a lot better. Hopefully, the defense will get a chance to inspect the can. But you know, according to, you know, my opinion is this top edge of the can is very, very hard. And if you were to hit somebody, put the can in a bag, and then swing the bag, and if this edge hits somebody, it would leave some pretty nasty marks. And I personally think that if you hit somebody with that can, this is the kind of mark that it would leave. You see that curved, cornered edge right there? This, the break right at the skin, this is the nose bone, this is the cartilage, must have been a terribly hard hit. And all this blood, it's obvious that his nose is bashed in at the very minimum. So anyway, this was just a comment to Black Heavyweight. He was suggesting that the half moon injury was to the back of the head. I disagree, as I've shown. Good talking to you guys. Bye.